Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will be talking about some recent shifts in the UFC's middleweight rankings. So rewind to last week. There was two cards. There was a card on Friday and there was a card on Saturday. On Friday's card, Israel Adesanya put on an impressive performance to defeat number 8 ranked Brad Tavares by decision in the main event for the tough finale. Then the following night, Paulo Costa defeated the 9th ranked middleweight in Uriah Hall by second round TKO. The rankings took about a full week to update, but now Paulo Costa sits at the 8th ranked spot and Israel Adesanya sits at the 9th spot. Adesanya defeated the higher ranked fighter and he had a better performance in my opinion, whereas Paulo Costa had the more definitive finish, but he really didn't show anything that was that impressive in his performance. Stylistically wise, he was supposed to do that or do it much easier against Uriah Hall. There wasn't really supposed to be no back and forth. He was kind of just supposed to just run through Uriah Hall. Whereas Adesanya versus Tavares stylistically was supposed to be a competitive fight, but Adesanya outclassed Brad Tavares through 5 rounds, showcasing one of the better striking displays in MMA history. It's only a 1 rank difference, which really amounts to little to nothing, but it's interesting to see. I think these two could face each other they could face each other very soon, but I think Dana White wants to build both fighters up more and save the fighters for later. Adesanya wants this fight and called for it before he even won his own fight, whereas Costa is feigning ignorance and seeking older fighters, maybe more advantageous fights and more favorable matchups, acting like he doesn't know who Adesanya is. But so stylistically wise, Adesanya just embarrassed Costa. If they fight, I think stylistically wise, it doesn't match up well for Costa. But I don't think this fight will be made next. Although I think there is no reason for them to hold this fight off for too long, if they could both be in the top 5 depending on their next performances. Paulo Costa could begin to test positive. Like when you see Paulo Costa as he is now, it already looks like he might be on steroids or might have some PEDs in his system. But there's not really much spotlight on him yet. Because other fighters have mentioned, like Robert Whitaker and some fighters said when they weren't really a big star or really no spotlight on them, they really got no drug testing in. So easy to pass. But when you get spotlight on you, all of a sudden they start drug testing you much more stringently. So Paulo Costa could easily begin to test for PEDs as soon as some more spotlight is shown him. As he gets higher up in the rank, they start talking about him in title talks. Then all of a sudden he gets tested more and he starts to pop right before an event. So then once he pops, say he starts trying to get off steroids or whatever he's on, then he starts to decline. Why not just give him to Adesanya now while he's still a big name and a big star and they're both building up? So before Costa even pops, let Adesanya just work him. These two aren't really in their early 20s or anything. A loss isn't the end of the world. Look at Kevin Lee. He suffered a couple losses before becoming one of the stronger contenders in the lightweight division. And he's still younger than Costa and Adesanya. I think now is just a good time as any to make this fight happen. Just make sure that the marketing is done well so the public knows how big a fight this is. 2 undefeated young hungry middleweights who are looking to be the future of the division. And this wouldn't be the first time they made such a matchup. Have made matchups like this a couple times. One of the ones that I remember more so are when they matched up Ryan Bader versus John Jones. Ryan Bader was undefeated. John Jones was basically undefeated. He just had that Matt Hamill kind of mishap fight. So it was undefeated versus undisputed, really. 2 young fighters. John Jones was only 23. Ryan Bader, I think, was like 28 or something, 27. So pretty young fighters. It wasn't necessarily a need to match them up. I think they were maybe just on the cusp of top 5 or just right there. I think Bader was ranked a little bit higher and they matched them up. So it's pretty much almost the same exact situation. So why would you even need to kind of stall it out and say, oh, we're not going to make them fight till they're both top 5 or one of them is a champion and stuff like that? You can make them fight right now. This is the perfect time. They're right neck and neck to see who is the best of the prospects. And later on, they can fight again. And like I said, fighters are going to sink or swim regardless. And like I said again, a loss isn't everything. Sometimes it's better to lose to other prospects because that motivates the losing fighter to improve and builds future rivalries that can be bigger draws when they match up again. So like maybe a Roy McDonald for Carlos Condit again, that'd be a big matchup, or maybe Dawson for TJ Dillashaw. But I can't really think of any ones where they matched up again. It's certainly some matchups when they fought again, like Koscheck versus GSP, but I think GSP already had been champion by that point. But like I'm saying, it can certainly make for better matchups in the future. Fighters are going to lose regardless. They're going to win regardless. It's better for them to lose to another prospect so that motivates them than say they lose to a journeyman and that kind of just demoralizes them. So like top prospect, exciting fight, market it well. Don't just say, oh, he knocks people out. This guy's so amazing. Actually go into their skill and do something different instead of the same marketing. Because I think that's where UFC is failing right now. They're doing this they're marketing every fighter the same way. It's just like everybody knockout artists. They could be the best jiu-jitsu person in the world. They're just gonna show highlights of them knocking people out and say, "Oh my God, this guy got so much power." That's all they could do. They gotta make people feel like it's something different about this fight. Like so, because this definitely is a good fight. Even though I think stylistically wise that Adesanya destroys Costa, I think it's certainly an interesting style, well, an interesting matchup between at least where they are at currently. Both young, both just one ranking apart. Well, Adesanya, Costa just one ranking ahead of him was like 8 and 9 right there. Both fighters been on a tear. Put them against each other, young and hungry fighters, and let the fight pretty much sell itself. Just don't sell it blandly. Just sell the fight is what it is. That's really all you gotta do. Sell the fight is what it is, and then it basically sells itself. If you try to sell the fight as just something boring and basic, that's what you're gonna get as far as the marketing is. But when you get in the ring, it's gonna be inside the octagon. It's gonna be a exciting fight. But that's about all I got to say. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.